Okay, Yasmin. Question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do your clothes go in the laundry basket or on the floor?
Whatever's closest.
Your question?
Okay.
That was loud.
That was really
I
loud.
wasn't
That was like
expecting that.
right in my face.
I'm sorry. Do you have a phobia?
Okay, yeah, I do.
Right?
I do.
Shite.
Freaking
Sorry.
hate popping balloons. Okay, so my question is, do you push the toothpaste out of the tube from the bottom or the top?
The top.
Are you No way. I will not have that.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, first of all, I will never go on a show like that with balloons.
No, me neither.
I literally have a phobia.
You have a phobia for balloons?
Yeah, no, popping balloons.
Popping
Just
balloons.
popping
Okay,
balloons.
true.
Everything else.
It sounds like a gunshot.
It sounds like a gunshot in my head, and I just
Yeah.
want to like crawl out of my skin. That was. Thank you for that. That was literally. It's going to sit with me for about 3 weeks now.
I know. I made you do it because it's such an interesting show. I had to send it to you and have a bit of commentary because now there's commentaries on the show too.
Yeah.
And people giving their opinions on the topic. And I thought since we're married.
Yep.
And we're not anywhere near having a single life anytime soon. But, judging from the outside looking in, a show like this is getting popular to the point where they're making multiple types of shows of this show.
Yes. And there's so much commentary, like people stitching it.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, it's
and then
so
sending
funny.
it. And then people are commenting on Reddit. People are making Toronto now. There's a Toronto,
Toronto one.
Yeah, Toronto Mandem.
Oh my
it's like they're
gosh.
Jamaicans.
Really? That's got to be. That's going to be good. That's going to be funny.
So the show is called
Pop the Balloon.
Yeah.
Or Find Love.
Okay.
Right? Or Find Love.
Yes.
See, I'm not into balloons. Sorry. But I thought it. But you're right. When you sent it to me, I was like, "What is this garbage you're sending me again?" It's
I always
the
send you
movies.
stuff because I'm like, "What do you think about it?" Because I get caught up watching it.
But the funny thing is, you send me stuff, and you're like, "Watch this degenerateness." And I'm like, "Why? Why am I spending my time on this?" But it was hilarious. It was quite fun. And you know what? I guess it's a modern take on dating. Speed dating. It's kind of a form of speed dating, right?
It kind of feels like a speed dating thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So this show, I don't know how long it's been on, but it's
been
pretty
at least
viral
the
now.
last year. It's been going pretty viral. Like you'll see a lot of shorts and a lot of reels on Facebook, Instagram. Like it's everywhere.
Yes.
The most the most impressive thing is some of the shorts or the cuts will cut to a specific person and what they're looking for and what their answers are, right?
Okay.
So a gentleman walks on stage or a female walks on stage and, all the men have balloons in their hands, right? And they have a pin and all you hear is pop, 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 pop. And, right away I think to myself, if I'm that woman,
Can I crawl in a hole
Can
right
I
now?
crawl in a hole and just cry? Like, what?
I know it's
really
right
judging
there.
a book by its cover. And then when she approaches them and she says, "Oh, like, why did you pop your balloon?" And 9 times out of 10,
gosh, I know.
it is
It's
the
like,
most surface answer.
One lady was like, I don't think that you should be wearing that hat. That hat's not doing it for me.
Or I didn't like the shoes.
What?
You know what I mean? But
okay.
There's sometimes women make comments. I watch the show too much, I think. Sometimes women make comments and they're like, well, we got a phone call and we were told to dress our best. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah, to dress up for success, like that you're going on your first date. So if a guy shows up and he's, doesn't look like he's taken a shower or he's wearing,
he's not
he
ready
looks like
for
he's
a
just
date.
going to Walmart,
Yes.
then he's not even trying.
Yeah.
So that's why you hear the pop, 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 because
I've had Walmart dates.
Yeah. Is this how far going back is this? Because you've been married for too long. So is this with the hubby?
Sobeys dates. You married ladies know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Walmart dates, Costco dates, and Sobeys dates. Like 9:00 at night, you go out and you're like, I have nothing to do. There's no club to go to. Let's go to Walmart. We pick up some stuff. Come on.
Where am I? Like, what is happening
this
here?
Is so far from me.
It's so far from.
I
no,
digress.
but even for me, I'm like, what's? I'm learning something new about you all the time. First and foremost,
Yes.
I am like, Walmart, here's my list.
Yeah.
Let's get the out of here.
Well,
Like,
we got to do our don't get me wrong, I'm going there with a list, but you can make up I'm out of bananas all the time in my house, so I got to get bananas tonight for tomorrow. Like,
okay, so
anyways,
when you first met your hubby, was there a point where you were like in love with the outside of him, like first impressions made the difference, correct? Like when you met him?
Okay, so it's different because we were best friends for a couple of years before we started dating.
Right.
So yes, I found him attractive, but I wasn't attracted to him to date him.
Yeah.
But I found him obviously attractive, nice guy, like yes, all the great things. I was probably, I don't know, I was probably fresh out of a relationship, so I wasn't really looking either. Now, if I were looking, maybe it might have been different at that time, but yeah, I mean, of course, I prefer to get to know someone, and I take a while, and I really want to kind of vet them before I would date them. So I'm the opposite. Like, I need to know that you have a brain and a heart and a personality. Personality is really big for me.
Right.
Really, really big for me.
And there's a list of things that, when you do watch the show, I've noticed that there are a list of things that, people ask.
Okay.
If I was to narrow it down.
Before they go into the show?
Yeah, if I was to narrow it down, I've seen some men come on there who are, I'm Christian.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And I'm looking for a wife, right? So what religion do you practice? And that's really a valid question. I think that's a great question to ask a row of women who have not popped their balloons yet because he's wearing sneakers. But I'm saying, this is like a valid question to ask.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you get to know the person. But, 9 times out of 10.
How much can you know a person after 4 questions and 3 balloons and all the balloons are popped?
But the point that I was going to get at with you is when I met my husband, and I think a lot of people experience this too.
Yeah.
Like you kind of just know.
Yeah.
You kind of look at them.
Well,
and
you
you're
have
like,
that initial attraction.
Yeah.
Obviously.
There's that initial attraction.
Yes.
Like, oh, okay, I could see myself with this person.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So when you have a
Or
row
at
of
least on a
10
date with
women,
them.
right?
Yeah.
You kind of know, like, if you're gonna
who you're attracted to. Okay.
So the first round, he kind of gets a choice to pop balloons just based on
looks. Okay.
Obviously, because he hasn't asked a question yet and doesn't know anything about anybody.
Okay.
And he'll pop 3, and then sometimes, and why I say this show is degenerate. Sometimes I'll see them be like, yeah, your toes are coming out of your shoes. Like, what I mean?
No,
like,
really? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then the show, in the Toronto show that I sent you, I think the guy or the girl was saying something about how his teeth were yellow and how it was so insulting. I thought to myself, like, why is this happening? Right.
Yes.
And then there was a fight.
Yeah.
On one of the episodes I sent you,
yes,
where the
yes,
woman
yes.
like actually hit the guy,
literally,
with the mic. Did you see that? Oh my gosh,
it was crazy.
And I think to myself, go back in time to the love. What is it? The love game? No, the dating game.
I remember the dating game.
65, I think it started, right?
And it lasted into the 80s. So we were young at the time, so I caught a few episodes of that when I was like in grade school. And it was okay. So same concept, obviously. You're looking for love, and I'm going to ask you this after. So you're looking for love, essentially, and they have a screen between. I think it was always like three women,
get to see the person's
3
face.
people,
right,
and 1 person, right, on the other side of the screen asking questions. So it was all about personality. Do you like this? And there was always this like fun way to try and see what they looked like by asking questions. Right.
Like, is your hair blonde?
Right.
Or are you a brunette?
You could ask things like that, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of it was personality. Do you like this? Do you like that? What would you do in this situation? So it kind of sees what their personality is like. What would they do, when faced with something? So I thought that was really fun. And then they would pick someone based on the answers that they liked the best. And I thought that was really fun. And of course, then they would get to see each other after, and they'd go. And I think they still had the opportunity to decide if they actually wanted to go on a date after the show or not, right? If they came around and they were like, oh, no, so not attracted to, whatever you look like, then, I guess they didn't have to. But I don't know. I thought it was really cute. And I think, I don't know, that's just what I remember dating shows to be. It's totally changed with, The Bachelor and all kinds
these
of
other shows.
yeah,
Yes.
Love Island, and oh my goodness,
There's
that
so many.
so wild.
We're so out,
yeah,
like,
and Love is Blind.
I don't even have cable. Like,
God.
I don't even know what's happening.
Girl. Like,
So I just
it's
go on
gone
my
to, like,
phone
it's
and I'm
so
like, what's
next level.
viral here, right? And
It is so next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it's one of the only ways to really kind of see people in person, because we're
Right.
doing so much of this on our screens and trying to get to know people online. I don't know. It's a whole different beast altogether now, dating.
Yes, it is so weird.
Yeah. I'd be a little bit scared right now.
Yes, I know. So culturally,
Yeah.
I see a different perspective, on dating, but there is this one show that I love. And it's the Love Matchmaker.
Oh my gosh, the Indian matchmaker.
The Indian
one?
matchmaker. Because I'm
It's
East
so
Indian.
funny.
So
It's so good.
I love it because literally, arranged marriage is such a, it's such a challenging topic to speak to people about, because there are benefits, but there are obviously, in the past, there have been nightmare stories and situations that happen. And I do have family members that have been arranged. My parents were actually arranged.
Wow.
So my parents were arranged marriage.
Okay.
So I do traditionally understand where arranged marriage comes from. So what's interesting about the show is there will be a modern Indian men, right, living in the U.S., or London,
usually.
or even in India. They're modern, they're modernized, and they're looking for that wife. So there is, how do you say, a bio sent to him of all the potentials, and it will say height, weight, what they look like. Literally, it's very specific.
Are you a Fati Bombati? Right? I can hear her saying this.
I know, right?
This is a matchmaker.
The matchmaker is so funny, but
Yeah.
it's just culturally different, right?
But culturally, it's accepted too.
Culturally, it's accepted
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
But on those charts, it's like, is he a doctor? Is he a lawyer? Is he an engineer? And of course, the woman has an opportunity in this case, in the show, to. And unfortunately, in our culture, women didn't have a choice in the past. If you were arranged, that's it.
Right.
Can't say
Correct.
anything. But
Right,
in
right,
this
right.
show, yes, the woman had a choice as well to say yes or no to the date.
Sure.
And they were allowed to go on the date. And if they didn't like the boy, it was kind of like they were left to their own,
Yeah. So it's just a way to
bring them together.
and try to
Right.
vet people
Right.
ahead of time
Yes.
for you.
So it's interesting. It's culturally different, but you are looking for all of the things that that are important, such as.
But it's not even just things that are important to you. It's important to your family.
Yes,
Those
because you're bringing
Indian
them-
mothers, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they're
right in there going, not her.
They're
Nope.
scrutinizing.
She's from here. No.
Nope. Yeah.
She did study this. No. She's
Yeah.
a no. She's a no. Like, they're vetting them at the same time. So
I know.
It's interesting.
It's such an interesting
There's-
show for
yeah.
me. It kind of like hits home with how I feel about the whole dating world. But when I met my husband, it was kind of like, you
Yeah.
just fall head over heels in love with the person, and you're like, I don't know what day it is. I don't care.
Yes.
Whereas these shows, like
Yes.
the Indian matchmaker, is like, what is he doing with his life? Does
Yep.
he have his head on his shoulders? What does he practice spiritually? And all the things that we
Yes.
have discussed before
True.
about it's important to have a
marriage.
relationship.
But they're really very, very focused on marriage.
Marriage.
So really, it puts you in a different mindset, because you're looking at future. You're looking at how do you build a life together. You're looking at, can this person actually take care of me?
Yes.
Financially, kids, like all of that kind of stuff. You're immediately off like thinking about that right away.
Because that's
and looking for
because
that.
that is traditional. So
Correct.
when we're talking about Pop the Balloon and the show, and why I threw it at you,
The degenerate show.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
Sorry, I always
all
introduce
good.
you to the craziest things.
Yeah, I love it. It's great.
You do too.
Yeah.
You've told me some things or introduced me some things where I've been triggered. But but with this show, it is degenerate.
I have to see.
I said
have
that
to see
word
the
3
Jamaican
times
one, I'm
already.
telling you.
Oh,
I'm
the
telling
Jamaican
you.
one?
I have to see that one.
The Toronto
That's gonna
Jamaican
be funny.
Mandem.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, it was
I can't even imagine. That's gonna be. I gotta go watch that.
There's been times where a gentleman will go on and he's
Yeah.
looking at 10 girls and they
Yeah.
all pop their balloons and he's like, I didn't like you either.
That's
and you're not my
so
type.
rude.
Anyway, yeah.
Damn. Okay, that's, yeah.
You know?
Yikes.
I don't like you. And
Damn.
it's like, this is so weird. It's just a very awkward, very weird percentage. But people love it. They're clicking on it. They're watching it. They're wondering. There's fans of the show. People talk about it. There's some interesting things that have happened on the show. And I do believe there's a couple of dates that have come out of it where...
Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining, right?
Yeah.
It's meant for entertainment. I don't know if the people going on there are truly, truly, truly looking for love. I saw one story of a couple that got together on that show. 6 weeks later, he proposed. So,
wow. One?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but I mean, how are you going to know percentages about success rate out of a show like that, right?
Yes,
I don't know. I don't know. But I did see one, so there's one.
Okay.
Out of I don't know how many episodes. That was a proposal. So I don't know whatever happened to them after that, if they actually got married or let's see them. Okay, so this is 6 weeks. Let's see you 6 months down the line. Let's see you 6 years down the line, and let's just see kind of how that pans out.
Yeah.
But I think it was so much fun watching some of the stuff. I was just like, literally, I was just like, oh my gosh, no, are you kidding me right now? Just, yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I'm sorry in advance. But I didn't make the show. Alternatively, what do you think would work for a show?
For a dating show?
Yeah.
I don't know. People are just so in your face right now. That probably is the right way to go. I think people just love watching realness and somewhat authenticity, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how authentic
Yeah,
people are on that show.
Yeah, because you kind of want to be in a position now to just be blunt about who you are and what you like and what you want.
And people are not, I don't think people are willing to draw out that sort of courtship phase. I still call it courtship. I think there's something really beautiful and romantic about courtship, right? And so you go on a show like that and you're just like, you look good, okay. You answered 3 questions well, okay, we can go out on a date. Fine, that's like a nice surface bet. But I don't know. I feel like that maybe that's the romantic in me where I'm kind of like, go on some dates, meet the person and do different things and find out what their hopes and dreams are. And I don't know, maybe some of them do work out, but on a show, I can't imagine what a good dating show right now would look like, because there are a lot out there, but I just feel like because it's its own beast right now, people are going on there for the wrong reasons.
It's an opportunity to get famous, an opportunity to be seen online.
I mean, reality TV
maybe you have a YouTube
created
show or
all
a
of that.
podcast and you just want to go on there to get your face out there, right?
Yeah, to get your face out there.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me, the whole concept. I do feel like I lose brain cells when I watch it, but I still find myself watching it and I'm like, okay,
So it's working.
It is working.
It's working. It's
the marketing, the virality of the show is definitely working on me.
Oh my gosh.
But I find it funny, and sometimes I like to see how social behavior has definitely changed over the years, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The fact that there was a physical fight on one of the shows is funny
reality
to me.
TV, baby. It's YouTube TV.
So my recommendation as kind of like a ending point to this topic of discussion is to say, go out, go to the library, go for a coffee, try to meet somebody, in a nice setting where you actually get to know them.
How about just like do things that you're interested in?
Yeah,
if you like playing sports or going to the gym, go to the gym and play sports and meet people who are actually doing things that you like to do.
Yeah, like the online world is a little scary. Online dating, from what I know, at least for women in our age group who have spoken to me about it, it's a nightmare.
So sketchy.
Yeah.
Right?
So maybe get to know people.
Yeah, get to know yourself. Find interests that align with you, and then you'll hopefully find people that align with the same thing. If you go to those meetings, to those dance classes, to those whatever.
Yes.
It's a scary world out there, but it's okay. It's okay. There's still love. I still believe in love.
I still believe
at the
in
end
love.
Of the day.
100%.
Yeah.
Just not on that show, but
and no balloons. Absolutely no balloons. I'm telling you, I'm going to have nightmares about those balloons.
I'm so sorry.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us this week. It was a lot of fun, and we will see you next time on the Womanhood Lectures.